Hello everyone, it is I, Tiger! Is there a certain cartoon episode plot you can't stand? An episode that you just watch a few minutes of and you already know you're not gonna like it? Those type of episodes that you've already seen done before? Well, today I shall be talking about 5 cartoon plots that I hate in no particular order. It was all a dream! I'm not talking about those episodes where someone has a dream and it's specified that it's a dream. I'm talking about those episodes where a bunch of things happen, then, at the very end, it's revealed to be all a dream. Those episodes are just a big cop-out. They're pointless. Everything that happens in those episodes will never be talked about ever again. Also, when watching an episode like this, you get all excited to see what would happen next, just to be disappointed at the very end of the episode when you find out it was all a dream. It's like if the writers of the episode realize that they don't have enough time to write a conclusion for the episode, so they just write down, "The character suddenly wakes up and it turns out to be all a dream." There's nothing much else to say about these plots. They're just boring and it's just pointless. Whatever, let's move on to the next cartoon plot that I hate. I was right all along. These episodes are when someone suspects someone else is a fraud or isn't what they portray themselves to be, but no one believes them. The only exception for me that I can think of is the first episode of Gravity Falls. In that episode, Dipper thinks that Mabel's new boyfriend is a zombie, and of course she doesn't believe him. But in the end, spoiler alert, he was wrong because Mabel's new boyfriend turned out to be a bunch of gnomes. Now that's clever. But most of the time, these type of episodes, there's no plot twist. It's just someone thinks someone else is a fraud, no one believes him, he starts believing that maybe he was wrong, but then it turns out that he was right all along. It's boring and predictable. Also, sometimes these episodes just feel wrong. Like in the episode, the characters act out of character. You know, characters who have been friends for years, but because the plot wants them to argue, they do. Whatever, I usually skip these type of episodes. On to the next plot. The 1 episode long crush. These episodes. I just find these episodes to be boring. These episodes are when one of the main characters suddenly has a crush on a character we've never met before. We don't know anything about this character. The only thing we do know is that the character is portrayed to be attractive, and by the end of the episode we're most likely never going to see this character ever again. So what's the point? Most of the time the new love interest is gone by the end of the episode because they have to leave or it turns out they aren't who they claim to be. I just don't really like it when a new character is introduced and one of the main characters is obsessed with them. It kinda makes it feel like a fan fiction that some kid wrote to insert themselves into the show. They seem to be perfect in every way and have no flaws. I don't mind episodes in which one of the main characters has a new crush on a different character we've already seen before. The problem I have with these type of episodes is that we know almost nothing about this new love interest. Why should we care about them ending up together when we already know that we'll never see this love interest ever again? The clip show episode. These episodes are fillers. It's just a bunch of clips or songs that we've already seen before in previous episodes, but all mashed together into one episode. It's just a bunch of reused animation and barely anything new. These episodes are obviously cheaply made and rushed. That's all I can say about these types of episodes. What's the point of watching an episode about a previous episode that you've already seen before? Why not just watch that previous episode instead of watching an episode talking about that episode? The misunderstanding episode. A character thinks a different character did something wrong, but in reality they didn't do it or they did it to try to impress the other character. This is another type of episode where characters feel different. And it's another episode where characters who knew each other for years argue and don't believe each other. These type of episodes are so predictable it's painful. You already know exactly what's gonna happen in these type of episodes. They fight, they apologize, then things go back to normal. And I'm not the only one who doesn't like these type of episodes. If this type of plot isn't done properly, it could become one of the most hated episodes of the series. I guess overall I just don't like episodes in which characters who often have been friends for years fight and argue. The only exception for me is if the argument lasts more than just an episode, because if it doesn't last more than an episode, it'll never be brought up again. Well, that was 5 cartoon plots that I can't stand. But anyways, if you like any of these plots, that's fine. This is just my silly opinion. And sometimes these type of episodes can actually be done right. With clever writers and some sort of twist to make the episode stand out from others, these type of plots can actually be good and well made.